That was super fun.
That was awesome. I'm so excited. Good job.
Yeah.
You did a good job on that.
I think hang on. Yeah.
I'm so
Just making sure our volume's on. Our volume is on, so we're good. Okay. It's been a hectic day. It's been a hectic.
Yeah, Randy's slightly stressed.
It's been a hectic everything. So, anyways, enough of that. EJ, you changed everything on our freaking StreamYard. I'm gonna kill you. I'm literally gonna murder your family.
He's slightly stressed out now.
Oh my god. So, doesn't matter.
We'll fix it. EJ is not live. We are live.
Yeah.
On here, so.
I like watching the delay next to us because we have it up for comments, and I'm just like,
he's
delayed,
just dying.
Like 5
He's
seconds
literally
behind.
dying. It's pretty funny, actually.
Regardless,
we're here.
Welcome to Talking Reps.
It's gonna be fun.
Episode 6.
And it's beautiful outside. It's so sunny. I love all the things.
Yes, and like I said, it's been a hectic day. It's been a hectic week, month, year, life. So right now, it's nice. It just took a lot of whirlwinds and hurricanes to be able to just sit here right now.
But it's awesome because we are here,
So,
and it's going to be great. Things are going to be amazing. So today, what are we talking about, Randy?
So first off, today's episode is brought to you by Liquid Death. Look, it's all backwards, so I want to move it out of your way, but I keep putting it in your way.
Put it right in my face.
Liquid Death.
He's doing that on purpose.
For when you want to murder EJ, but instead you're just going to murder your thirst.
Yeah.
With Liquid Death. Wait.
Murder
it. Refreshing.
That's for all of those people that, what is the thing that people like to listen to?
Crime like documentaries. No. Murder documentaries.
No, what are the
Dateline episodes?
No, you're all the wrong things. What is the thing that people like to listen to of like people slurping and all of that stuff?
I have no idea.
ASMR, yeah.
Oh, yeah. ASMR stuff.
Something like that. Yeah, that's what you were just doing.
When I gurgled my Liquid Death.
You murdered it.
Yeah, murdered my thirst.
Not EJ.
So, but anyway, so today I thought we would talk about who brought this up. I saw it on another podcast. I think. Oh, it was in the Pat Sherwood and Adrian Bosman. It was their Varied Not Random podcast that they do. Beyond the Whiteboard podcast, I think is what it is on YouTube. But anyways, they had a listener ask a question. What does it mean to be a CrossFitter? What does it mean? What is CrossFit? And so I thought that'd be fun to talk about because over the past couple of weeks, I've had multiple conversations with athletes about kind of how we started. And I know we talk about this a lot, and it was interesting because where we started from over here on my left or right to you guys, and where we are
kind of like more like
the honey badger.
The honey badger.
Gosh, it's all backwards. The honey badger. Where we started back in 2012 and where we're currently at right now in 2023. I make the comment that we started and we were a little douchebaggery. We were douchey CrossFit. But it wasn't. But I don't think it was our fault.
It was kind of just, it was in 2012. It's kind of when things kind of exploded with CrossFit. And that was just kind of the vibe of it, like, I don't know.
Everything was dirty.
It was just, everything was,
everything was
our
dirty.
Name, Grit.
Yeah.
It was gritty.
Everything,
and our space was.
Everything was dirty. It was gross. There was holes in the walls everywhere.
Why though? Why were the holes in the wall, Randy?
Not those ones.
Yeah,
just
they were because
randomly.
You punched them.
Yeah, but then sometimes barbells would bounce against the wall and they would hit and they would create holes. But
anyways,
the point is, we did, hey, it'd be fun. Let's do 1,000 burpees for time today. Oh, okay. there was no thought to what we were doing. There was
we
no
just
thought
wanted,
to how we were programming
we just wanted everything to be hard and
and long.
like you dying every single. There was no like thought of like
How's this going to feed into tomorrow?
like or anything.
Or
It just
take
wanted
into account
everything.
yesterday.
We just wanted everything to be like the hardest thing ever. We're gonna kill you today, and by miracle wise, I don't know, but people just kept coming back and kept coming back and coming back, and that we are still here is amazing. It just kind of tells you that everyone else had the same craziness mind as us as well, and
Trying to get
so
all of
dumb.
liquid death
You
in
can't.
there.
You have to move that backwards.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just kind of
So I
how
thought
it
it'd be,
was.
yeah,
So.
I thought it'd be
But
fun
we
to talk about it.
definitely, we've definitely changed these last almost 11 years through our thought process, especially of kind of our thought of where we are right now, what we kind of want the vision for our gym to go for the next 10 years, and kind of what everyone, what we're looking for here and why we're doing what we're doing.
Okay, aside from all that. So
But that's, I'm just saying, from where we started to here,
So-
completely different.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh goodness.
And I don't want you to go too far. You're already
I'm
answering.
already probably
Yeah.
gonna go.
So
Looks like I haven't slept in forever.
what do you think? Tell me what you think CrossFit was back in 2012.
For myself?
Yeah.
Or for you?
No, for you.
For
You don't-
me?
You can't tell me what I think.
Well, I don't know what you
I'll
were.
tell you what I think.
Well, but you could have been like major, like broad
No.
spectrum of the world of
Tell me
CrossFit.
what you think.
When I started CrossFit, well, number one, I didn't like it. Number one, that is number one. I was like, this is all stupid. It's dumb. I was not bought in the very first time I did CrossFit. It took for me to go do my level 1. Once I went and got my level 1, everything changed. Like that weekend in Idaho changed everything of what I thought, fitness, training, all of that. From what I had been taught at a Globo gym and other personal training sessions that I had gone to. So it was just completely different thing there. So, but my level 1 totally changed me, and I was truly bought into CrossFit, and I never looked back after that. I definitely had a way more competitive vibe. I would work out at that point in time, we worked out in class with everyone. We coached, but we also worked out in class with them. And I was very competitive. Like,
So
I
would you
trained
say-
afterwards. I did way extra work than just doing a class. That's kind of where my vibe, my for myself was my thinking was.
So would you say that CrossFit, not you, was more competitive back then than it is now?
I don't know. Probably. I think not necessarily like everyone, because not every person that did CrossFit was very competitive, but I was, and that's kind of, and I saw it that way. But I don't know if every single person that was doing CrossFit in the world, that it was a whole wide world. But I do think that it definitely, in those earlier days, that it definitely had, I think more people wanted to do CrossFit that liked those things.
So how would you describe CrossFit now?
Now, I feel like it is more like, at least for me, myself. For myself, it is more like me longevity. The reason why I do CrossFit is so that I don't have anybody taking care of me when I get older, that I can't. And it truly is what I feel like. Once everything kind of changed. I come in here, and everything that I do coming at the gym and why I do CrossFit is so that I can do things that I love outside for the rest of my entire life. That is CrossFit to me.
Is that CrossFit or is that this gym?
Well, it's also this gym. It is our vision here at this gym, but I also feel like CrossFit has done that they are trying to reach more people of that. This is not just this is not the sport of CrossFit. This is CrossFit fitness for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
That doesn't make sense to you.
I mean,
It
lots of
doesn't have to
things.
make sense.
Lots
to
of
me.
things make sense to me, but that's just because my brain goes that way. Like lots of things make sense to me that doesn't make sense to you.
A lot of things.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
A
So
lot of
why I'm
things.
saying those things doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Well, it makes sense to me in my brain.
Yeah. So there you go. That's all that matters.
So what about you?
I think CrossFit, you know how you can look and search up videos of when people were first driving cars in like 1907 and it's all grainy and they have a really cool Model T
Yeah.
and it has no top on it and they're all wearing suits and fancy top hats and
Yeah.
they're bouncing around like this because there's no roads.
Yeah.
It's because there's horse ruts everywhere and gravel dirt streets and they're like, oh, but they're getting to where they're going and they know that this is really cool what's happening. Or like every once in a while you'll see on the news where, oh, a 4-year-old stole their parents' car and drove it around and terrorized the town. It didn't hurt nobody, but what a funny story. A kid was driving a car because they wanted a Snickers bar. You ever see those? So I've seen a couple of those, right? So my point is, I feel like CrossFit back in the day was that.
Which one? Because I feel like both
Both.
of those are no, they're not the same.
Both. A shit show.
So neither of
explaining.
those are at all the same.
So
One is
let
a
me-
shit show, one was not.
So
a
let me
shit show.
explain. So people in their fancy suits in the early 1900s, they're good people.
Well,
They just
I
look
don't
like
know,
idiots
maybe.
driving a brand new car through dirt roads and bouncing all over
They're
the
just
place.
fancy.
Yeah. And the car is a great thing. We just didn't know how to use it right at that time, right? People didn't know how to quite use that car, but they were trying to use it the best they knew how by incorporating what they learned with a horse and buggy, right? And they would wear their fancy clothes and they would go 20 miles an hour and thought they were going the fastest on earth because of the time that was, you know? And then like babies are fine. Babies are regular.
I love it.
They're innocent, yeah. Until you give them something like a car and then they just create havoc, right? Baby's not necessarily a bad thing. The car's not a bad thing, but the two combined aren't necessarily a good thing, right? I feel like CrossFit was kind of like that in the beginning. It knew what it was. It was a good thing. And the people were good because they were bringing in their previous experiences and their lived lives and saying, I understand where I came from, but CrossFit is allowing me to understand where we can go better and create a healthier lifestyle for everybody, including myself, better than Globo Gym or 24-hour fitness. We just don't know how to get it out there. We don't know how to do the messaging. So it was clunky and bumpy and all that stuff. L1 was great. The L1 was life-changing for me, just like the L2 was 5 years later, you know, in 2016 when I took it. It was life-changing. But in the beginning for us, it just felt clunky. There was no direction. As a business or a gym, the only thing we had were really to connect us was the open. And I remember back in 2012, we thought, oh man, we can do the open and we're going to go to the games. So we recorded everything.
We did do that.
We
But I
measured
don't-
everything.
I don't know. It's because we thought we were going to the games.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, we did. There was always
Yes, we
that
did.
one option, one slight chance that we were going to go to the games. But my point is it was something new. And we hit it on that first big boom.
Yeah.
Like 2010, 2012, we were at the tail end of that where it just blew up and went crazy. We were a product of that boom. And I think it grew really quick, which is good. And it did. But I think it just felt directionless. It felt rudderless. It was moving, but we didn't know where it was going. And honestly, we never really knew where it was going.
No, it was
ever.
just, I don't know, it was a cool thing and it was fun.
It was great.
And
it was dark
we had
and
like
dirty.
all these like crazy people that wanted to do the crazy things with you and wanted to work hard and get sweaty and be dying and then coming back and be like, that was awesome. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we can
I
do
mean,
hard
that's still
things.
right. And that's still how part of that is, but it definitely, I feel like it has evolved and it is.
There was no structure back then. And partly that's our fault, not CrossFit's fault.
Right.
That was our fault.
Definitely. Yes.
But
we
we
didn't
were-
really know what we were doing. We just wanted to work out, have fun with friends
But
that
we
like to
were-
die with us.
But we were a product of that boom, that big expansion, and then we were also a product of a garage gym. And
Mhm.
so we didn't really have a model to go off of. You know, there was a couple big gyms around us, a couple gyms that were doing it really well. I would say that still are, but they're not. And we kind of went off of them, but at the same time, they're in like this big giant facility, and we're in 1,000 square foot hole in the center of a random building somewhere in Gresham, you know. And we only have 8 rubber mats to work out on, and the rest of people have to do burpees on the concrete floor.
Yeah, it was.
And we had stripper poles. We didn't know what we wanted to be.
Our starting was a little bit craziness.
We didn't know what we wanted to be because honestly, I feel like we jumped in head first, but we didn't know what we jumped into.
Right.
It was really cool and it was life changing, and we knew it was a good thing, and we knew that we could change a lot of people's lives, but we didn't know how. We didn't know how to do that.
No,
We would program 1,000 burpees for time on Monday, and then Tuesday we would program a 10K run. And then Wednesday we would program
it wasn't exactly like that,
300
but it was
pull-ups
definitely a little bit.
and 300 kettlebell
There was
swings
no rhyme or
and 300
reason.
burpees.
There was no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
It just kind of, and then we started to try to have like programming and sitting down and looking at things and go through the, try to do that. And we kind of got that in our middle range, kind of have a little bit of an understanding there.
So
I don't know. We've learned a lot. That's for sure.
yeah. So I think that's where CrossFit was for us. Now, obviously, that's not for everybody. That's just for us, in my opinion. I don't care about anybody else's opinion, not even yours, because it's my opinion, not yours, mine. But I do care about her opinion very much. I take it to heart for every decision I make. And I usually don't do anything until she tells me I can't, usually. But I think CrossFit now is the complete opposite.
Yes, I definitely feel like
It's not quite like an F1 car. It's not there yet, but I feel like it's a really cool, like 70s, 80s NASCAR. Like,
oh, I like that.
Like super, it's refined more than what it was. It's way faster. It's streamlined. It's polished. But it's still kind of rough, The drivers still might be smoking a cigarette when they're going 200 miles an hour down
Randy
for the
has
brickyard.
really thought about this way more than I have. Obviously, he has all of these like.
No, I
really
literally
cool-
just thought of this right now.
Oh, well, your brain just works different than
I
mine.
literally just
My
thought
brain
of
doesn't
this.
work like that.
But that's what I
Anyways,
think.
but-
I think it's almost there. It's like really cool 1980s indie car. Like it's super cool. It's like rock star status, but with a purpose. It's rock star with a purpose. But there's way more guidance. There's way more instruction for not only coaches or athletes, but for affiliate owners. There's way more knowledge for us to absorb and share. There's way more opportunities for us to invest in ourselves while also having CrossFit invest in us.
Yes.
There's more communication regionally, which is awesome. We have a pretty rad regional manager in Katie Hogan, even though she's from California, and I don't hold that against her. She's awesome. We miss Jordan.
Yes.
We miss Jordan Holland up north in Seattle. I don't hold that against him, and I'm sure he wouldn't even care if I did. But we have a really great support system from CrossFit, which we've never had before.
Yeah, these last couple years, I would say, have been pretty incredible what that they have done and what they continue to do to help us. And it's pretty amazing to see it from when we started to where they are right now.
I would say one really easy marker to identify a change in CrossFit was for 9 years, we watched as every gym around us got Christmas cards every year. Remember?
Yeah.
Everyone would post
one.
it. They'd be like,
"Huh,
oh, look,
Christmas."
Glassman sent me my Christmas card. Oh, Bosman signed it. Oh, look, Castro sent it this year. And we're like, fuck you guys. We never.
But we never got one. I mean, we've gotten one now.
Yeah,
But,
but that's what I'm
um,
saying. That's what I'm saying. So now there's more connection.
Yeah.
There's more connection with CrossFit HQ, and that's felt immediately. So my computer might die. That's a effect of me running around crazy like a chicken with my head cut off today. So it might die. So this might end abruptly. I think we got like 15, 20 minutes. So we're still good. We're way over the time.
I don't
so.
know. Like, look, it says you're going to sleep here really soon.
Yeah, but it's on low power mode. So it should
You have
be good.
10%.
Yeah.
Randy has 10% battery left
So-
in his computer.
So what do you
Yeah.
think it means to be a CrossFitter?
Oh, gosh. Certain things like this, Randy needs to prepare myself so that I can think about it because
Yeah.
my brain doesn't do that.
It's good brain exercises.
Well, we might have a lot of silence happening.
So I'll go first. How about that?
Okay.
That way you can think. Okay?
I'll try to think.
You know, you actually won't be able to think when I'm
I
talking.
know because you're going to be talking a lot. Okay, just go.
So the person that wrote in that question to Boz and to Pat Sherwood, he said that, or he or she, they didn't know if it was a he or she. They said that what they thought it meant to be a CrossFitter was to be able to lift all the weights and to never scale and to do burpees anywhere on the concrete or in the ice and to be the fastest and the most fit and have no body fat and be able to eat like a carnivore and all this crap, all this bullshit douchebaggery.
Well, that might be what he thinks, but
That's my point.
Yes.
That's my point. All that bullshit douchebaggery stuff, that doesn't mean it's not CrossFit. That might mean that's what CrossFit is for that person.
Yeah.
That's not what CrossFit is for me, and I know that's not what it is for Joss.
No.
I feel like as long as you're doing functional movements, varied at somewhat high intensity.
depending on where you're at.
Yeah, but that's the same. That's the same thing. High intensity is different for you, just like it's different for me. It's different for a marathon runner. It's different for a sprinter. High intensity means whatever it means to you and whatever it means to me. It doesn't. There's no general definition. It just means high intensity for you. You don't have to be able to PR every single week. I don't think you should. And if you do, I feel like you're cheese dicking it and you're not trying. That's not high intensity. That's low intensity. So you can constantly be impressed by yourself. I think as long as you're doing functional, the definition, functional movement at high intensity across the years of your life. I think that's healthy, and I think that's a good definition for being a CrossFitter. Whatever that functional movement is for you, that's what it is. Whatever that high intensity is, that's what that means. Varied movement, whatever that is, that's what it means to you. But I think if you do your best to follow those, I think that makes you a CrossFit athlete. You don't even have to do it in an affiliate. You can do it in your garage. That's where CrossFit started. I think that's what it means to be a CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I do. I mean, I'm where I started at before. I'm nowhere close to where I used to be.
Oh, well, and it has
Because you get old.
well, yes, but also what I just have a totally different idea of what I want to do as well. Like from when we started to what I have now, it is completely different. But I mean, I feel like as long as we come in, we're not, choosing like certain things and we're only doing weightlifting. I mean, it has to be varied, right? That we're doing different things all the time and that we are working at high intensity. That is definitely part of CrossFit and of the methodology is the high intensity part of that and being able to do that. Maybe not every single time that you come in here, you don't want to light it on fire, and like burning it down to the ground every single time.
Do it.
That I feel like is not what you should be doing.
Dang it.
But definitely you need to have that high intensity part of there and that you should be doing different things all the time. And not always the same thing every single time or the same time domains and stuff like that. But that I think I totally agree with you.
Constantly varied functional movement executed at high intensity.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed it up earlier.
He did.
Yep.
But I agree. That's what it is. And everyone's on their own journey of where they're at on that when
Yeah.
they start here at the gym and where they've been here for years. And
Mhm.
sometimes that ebbs and flows of where you're at in your life and what you want for the rest of your life. So
I don't think you need to not ever scale. I think the exact
Oh,
opposite. I
yeah.
think scaling only reinforces you as being a
it makes
CrossFit
you,
athlete.
yes, I agree. And it makes you stronger.
Mhm.
So
I can
I
shit
scale
the
all the
bed.
time.
I can shit the bed at Fran and take 20 minutes.
You can, but that's not the stimulus of that workout.
Yep.
So
Scale for life.
scale. That is me for life.
Scaled as hell.
I love to scale.
I don't
It makes
love
me
to
feel
scale.
better. Well, it makes my body feel better rather than trying to. I mean, sometimes if I can push myself and I can do the movements, I don't really like RX, but to kind of go to that level, if I'm able to do those things, yes, then I definitely should be doing those things. But I shouldn't be doing things that are not hitting in the stimulus of what we're trying to do for that day. So
Boom.
good. Randy has 6% left of his battery. We did pretty dang good on
did.
your zero
30% battery life. I can usually turn down when I'm in council meeting, I'll turn down my brightness and that'll save it just a little bit longer too. So
Well, that is CrossFit to us.
yeah. And what it means to be a CrossFit athlete.
Yeah.
I think it's
And
super.
kind of what it's for our life. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't ever, this is what I will do for the rest of my life.
Hey, me too.
Yeah. Teresa, no, he doesn't have a charger. He left it
I
at
have two
work.
chargers actually.
Yeah, he has one at home and he has one at work. He does
Yeah.
not have one here, and he didn't bring it with him.
No.
So, but yes,
So next,
CrossFit for life.
CrossFit for life, 5%
Yes.
battery left. So next Talking Reps, we're going to have a special guest. So some of you have noted, that was funny, we did that at the same time. So some of you have seen that we are hosting an Enlifted seminar at the end of September
We're so excited
with
about this.
Mark England and his team. I'm not actually sure who's coming with him or if anybody is, but Mark England from Enlifted is coming. If you do not know about Mark England, you can Google Mark England TED Talk. It's a really great TED Talk. It's about 9 minutes.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he's got a dual podcast with Ben Bergeron on Chasing Excellence. Google Ben Bergeron, Mark England, Chasing Excellence, and there's 2 podcasts there to listen to. It gives a really good preview into what we're going to talk about at the seminar at the end of September 30th, Saturday, September 30th. I believe there's still an early bird registration, $20 off, sign up, makes it $80 instead of $100. It's definitely worth it. It's worth
incredible.
Way more than $100. It's what he has to talk about, all centered around mindset, the power of your words, helping to change your words to change outlooks and outcomes in your life, which is super important and something that we all should strive to work on. Getting rid of imposter syndrome, which is something that we deal with constantly. And he'll be on Talking Reps next episode.
Yes.
After the games. So not the first week in August. Oh, and sorry for being late this time.
Yeah.
It was just
we were a little crazy.
Our entire excuse for life is we've been super busy and we haven't had time to sit down and do this. So we finally got to it. But next month it was going to be the second week of August. So to give Mark some time to decompress from the games, because he's going to the games and he'll have a booth and an exhibit there. So we're very excited.
I know we're going to put up a post about it soon.
Yep.
This weekend.
Share that, and hopefully you guys can join us then.
It's going to be incredible.
Sign up for the seminar if you are in town. It's going to be awesome. It's on Eventbrite. I'll post a link. On our YouTube on this video.
You could probably put it,
and in our Facebooks and other places where this video is at, which I'm not sure.
I don't know, but we'll put up a post about it as well.
Yep. So look forward to that. It's awesome.
It's going to be amazing. We're very excited about it. All right. Enjoy your Thursday.
I have an outro.
Oh, we have an outro.
Hang on. Okay, everybody.
All right, let's see.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
See ya.